Welcome back to the CryptoFather channel. Today is the 7th of July. Bitcoin is stalling and cryptocurrencies aren't going anywhere. We've got a nice green Monday. The weekend was a bit red, but today, starting with the Monday, we're seeing a little bit of an uptick. So let's have a quick look at the markets, then Bitcoin charts, and jump into the articles. $3.4 trillion in market cap, $57 billion in trading volume. Bitcoin at $108,000, Ethereum above $2,500, BNB at 666, Solana 151, Cardano at 58. So things are looking okay on the Bitcoin charts. Bitcoin's forming a weekly candle here between the all-time high of 109,000 and the Fibonacci support at 107,000 on the daily. It's trying to establish a nice pattern here, but it hasn't broken above that $109,000 level. It's got to break above that and close the candle in order for us to see Bitcoin push above that to new highs. And Ethereum is doing something similar on the daily. We're between 2,700 fib support here, or resistance rather, and bouncing off the discount, 0.5 discount. Basically, Ethereum has been trending since May, with the exception of a massive dip we saw in June. It's crawled back into the trading zone here, or into the range zone, and hopefully it'll take its time to break above that. There's some news on that end, so let's have a look at those articles. Down crypto trades, Bitcoin sets its high or low of the month within its first 12 days over 80% of the time. That's what he's saying. It then usually proceeds to trend in the other direction for a sizable 20% move from that high or low. Last month was an exception, as the month remained relatively stable with small moves. This month, it'll be on the lookout for a big move up or down within the first 12 days to potentially fade, catch the trend in the opposite direction. For now, there has been little action in July yet. Basically, look at this month of June. It's been, like I showed you on the charts, it's been pretty dead, just moving sideways essentially. It's basically, since its all-time high, reaching all-time high and retracing back down to the 109,000, it's just kind of been moving sideways. If you're trading regularly, then you could definitely be making some gains here. So I guess we've got to see either the high or the low for this month for the first 12 days, and then based on that, we'll see which way Bitcoin will go. 3 signs Ethereum is gaining momentum. How long can it last? Ethereum's social dominance spiked to 8.96%. It's at 8.95% right now. Its highest reading since May, suggesting a surge in public interest. It's probably something to do with likes of Tom Lee talking about Ethereum on a regular basis on national television, and of course the news of institutional investors picking up loads and loads of Ethereum on the go. Despite growing on-chain uncertainty, funding rates remained in slightly positive territory at 0.4 or 0.004, suggesting traders continue to lean bullish. This consistent bias towards long positions implies underlying confidence among derivative participants, even as on-chain reserve metrics raised red flags. Positive funding rates reflect that traders are paying a premium to hold longs, which could amplify gains if upward momentum resumes. And short-term holders re-enter. Meanwhile, short-term holders are stepping back into the ring. Realized cap for 1 to 7 day holders climbed to 2.35, recovering from its previous low. It's a small but telling move. So these are the 3 things that could, if Ethereum manages to sustain this momentum, could push Ethereum further up. There is talk of $6,000 Ethereum, and of course $10,000 is still on the table. CZ questions taunts UAE Golden Visa as government sources stay silent. CZ is skeptical of the new offer promising United Arab Emirates Golden Visa to TON stakers. Apparently you gotta stake something like $100,000 worth of TON, stake at least $100,000 worth of TON for 3 years and pay $35,000 processing fee. Wow. I guess if you have the money and the means, I mean, you could, but that's a hefty processing fee. The Visa could reportedly be secured in under 6 weeks. Is this real? CZ asked on X in response to the announcement. It would be awesome if it is true, but I got conflicting info so far. There are no official government websites with the stake ton for Golden Visa update. CZ added nothing. The lack of information about which government entity, if any, provided the program. Basically, he's hinting that this could be another scam. So here's CZ. So this is what we're dealing with in crypto. The mass, I don't know, scam or stupidity of people. And this is what I encounter on my channel as well. So this is CZ basically expressing his concerns that he wasn't able to verify the statements or the possibility that this visa is actually, or the validity of this these claims on the visa, right? If it is real, we will definitely try to get it on BNB too. And then this Habibi dude comes in and says, Durov has retweeted it. Ton CEO has also posted it, and you are still asking if this is real. Yes, why wouldn't he be asking if it's real? Just because Durov says, or who knows, maybe Durov's account has been hacked. Just because somebody on TikTok or tweet on X says that it's true, doesn't mean it is true. Especially when you make claims that it's supposed to be supported by a government entity to which CZ apparently can't find verification. And I get the exact same idiotic responses on my channel in regards to Lockdag, a scam that continues to be defended by either complete morons who don't even bother looking at the stuff that I presented to them. They just focus on one short that I created 4 years ago, prior to me actually digging further into the project, or they're just scammers and bots. So this could be the same thing. Habibi just being a scammer or bot and doing the same idiotic thing as I see on my channel. RSI surge may trigger FOMO market for Bitcoin. Plan B warns. Plan B just released a video for the month of July. I suggest you take a look at it. But quantitative analyst Plan B says Bitcoin may be on the verge of re-entering a high momentum bull phase given driven by rising strength on the monthly RSI. And according to him, he believes that Bitcoin could close July in close to 125,000. And of course, as he points out, all charts are wrong. Some of them are useful. So, you know, take his and everybody else's suggestions with a grain of salt. Ethereum price to hit 6,000 this year. Analysts make bold call. There were talks of 10,000 long ago, so 6,000 would be nice by the end of this year or sooner. And the point of breakage is 2,855, which is basically the top right here. If it breaks this top right here, because that's the last high that was made within since the pump in May of 2025, if it breaks this level, and of course we should potentially see more upside for Ethereum. But even then, we'd probably have to see a lot of movement, a lot of pressure to go for Bitcoin, for Ethereum to go past 4,000 here at this level that was established in December of 2024. In recent breakdown, Weasland explained that Ethereum price action since its 4,851 all-time high has formed a giant consolidation pattern. According to him, this structure is now approaching a critical inflection point known as wave D, testing its upper boundaries. At the same time, a bullish inverse head and shoulders pattern is emerging on the daily chart, with its neckline acting as stubborn resistance near 2,855. We're looking at 6,500 Ethereum by the end of the year, and then a possible 10,000 Ethereum in early next year. Regulation is now pro crypto. You're going to see a lot of this stuff when it hits $6,500 by the end of this year. For me, December is going to be the final date to take my profits. I'm not waiting for the next year, because these claims, you will see these claims floating about, and just like it happened in the past, they don't solidify. Stick to your plan. Don't be greedy. Don't wait for 10,000. December, November, December, when you see the all-time high, when there is FOMO in the market, take your profits and run, because the predictions of 10,000 or you know, $500,000 Bitcoins may not solidify for the early next year, and you'll be stuck with a bag or bunch of bags of nothing again. The goal is to cash out this year and get yourself ready to start picking up some more coins over the next phase of the Bear market. Bitcoin holds steady below all-time high as outflows signal investor confidence. The market remains locked in a tight range between 310,000, creating a tense standoff between bullish momentum and cautious macro sentiment. According to analyst Dark, fast, sustained exchange outflows are signals strong long-term conviction. As investors pull Bitcoin off trading platforms, suggest that accumulation, not profit-taking, is the prevalent trend. The exchange outflow-inflow ratio has dropped to 0.9, a level last seen during the 2023 bear market bottom, typically a bullish indicator. So that's a good thing. Bitcoin flowing off exchanges usually means that it's going into crypto wallets to be held for longer periods of time. The inflow-outflow metric is based on a 30-day ratio, which measures the volume of Bitcoin flowing in and out of exchanges, centralized exchanges, over a period of 30 days. A high ratio 1 indicates more inflows than outflows into exchanges, signaling increased selling pressure for the premier cryptocurrency. A lower than 1 number indicates that there are more outflows, suggesting that there is more hodling going on. Here's an interesting article that claims that Bitcoin will eventually die because of this technological phenomenon. And it points fingers at quantum computing once again, which is nowhere near being done. But there were articles in the past where people have spoken out on this topic, saying that quantum computing could prove to be a challenge to Bitcoin security, as cryptocurrency wallets could be hacked, and that could be problematic, obviously. But I don't think that is a problem just yet. We still have plenty of time before quantum computing becomes a thing. Even with the tiniest leaps possibly happening to this today, we've got decades probably before quantum computing becomes real. I don't know if you remember, but there were talks of in 2017, like the ideas of, oh, Bitcoin and blockchain can do this and this and this, and data stored for medical purposes on chain and all that stuff. And that was a hype, and it's an idea that can be used in the future, but it's certainly, like, over the past 7 years, it hasn't even happened yet. So the hype was in 2017, 2018. There were several projects that were claiming that they were going to put people's health data on the blockchain, and so the projects jumped up, and people were investing left and right, and it was a big buzz, but nothing solidified because nobody cares. This is a similar situation right here. Quantum computing is a thing, but it's going to take a long time before that solidifies. So and whether that's going to be a problem by the time that it does solidify, whether it's actually going to be a problem for crypto and blockchain is another question, because by then blockchain and crypto will also have had the same time to develop. So we'll be living in a completely different world. Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and altcoins could break out as US prepares for historic crypto week. The US Congress is preparing for crypto week from July 14th to 18th, and the decisions made during this week could have a major impact on the crypto market. What's happening in the market right now? In the past week, the price of Bitcoin and altcoins has barely moved. Why Crypto Week matters? During Crypto Week, US lawmakers will discuss on and possibly pass several important bills related to cryptocurrency. The Clarity Act. This bill will finally create clear rules for how crypto assets are treated, invested, and regulated in the US. The Stablecoin Bill, Genius Act, focused on regulating dollar-backed stablecoins. It has already passed the Senate and is expected to pass the House as well. The Anti-CBDC Surveillance State Act, a bill aimed at blocking government-controlled digital currencies that could invade financial privacy. So all of this is on the discussion table over the week starting July 14th to 18th. Why this could trigger market pump. Alongside these bills, the US government recently approved a massive $5 trillion debt ceiling increase. This move means more money could flood the financial system, which historically tends to benefit risk assets like crypto. Plus, crypto-friendly policies and clear rules can attract new institutional investors and bringing fresh capital into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and altcoins. All this wonderful stuff to look forward to, starting July 14th and 18th. And I don't know if you followed, but there was a massive amount of Bitcoin being moved. There are two wallets that just woke up after a 14-year period, I believe. The wallets have been dormant since 2011. That's when they received their Bitcoin. So they received about 10,000 Bitcoin, one of them, and in 2011, which cost about 7,000, below $8,000, and it's worth billions right now. It's insane. But hack, government deal, or upgrade, 8.6 billion Bitcoin transfer sparks theories. And I've seen all kinds of theories that it's Roger Ver money being moved because of the new California law stating that if wallets hold crypto for prolonged periods of time and they are untouched, then they automatically become the property of the government. They can be seized or something like that. There was also suggestion that Roger Ver transferred that money out to Trump to create the Bitcoin reserve and thus freeing himself from his taxation responsibilities or accusations, whatever that was happening. And there were some other speculations, but really there is no clear answer. And it's not N, it should be English sucks. A 8.6 billion Bitcoin transfer has sparked intense speculation within the crypto community. Blockchain analytical firm Arkham Intelligence linked the transfer to a simple wallet upgrade. Others, like ARK Invest CEO Kathy Wood, suggest it could be significant government settlement. So that kind of hints at Roger Ver. In a July 5 statement, Arkham dismissed speculation of a sell-off, clarifying that the assets moved from Legacy 1 address to modern BC1 SegWit address. This transition boosts transaction efficiency and reduces network fees. But it has been a very long time. So this is the value. It's 10,000 Bitcoin has been moved. Massive. So that's a huge amount of Bitcoin that has been moved. Coins in question were initially deposited between April and May 2011, a period when Bitcoin was still trading below $1. Now, more than a decade later, Arkham views the funds spread across 8 wallets as a technical realignment rather than a market-moving event. Notably, Bitcoin's price remained stable after the transfers, further sparking Arkham's interpretation. And the final article, Altcoin market, in which stage are we now, according to top crypto expert? Which stage are we now? According to this guy, we are here. Although I did see predictions by Ash on Twitter stating, let's actually find it quickly, stating that we are here. Versus we are here. This makes no sense actually, because this is the depression, the bear market times, and we're past that. I think I would agree with Ash that we are somewhere here. There's definitely optimism. Maybe I would say more like in this location, just based on the look of this chart. If you skimmer it down, it looks more like this area here. We've got this trough here, and then a dip, which is right here, and then a second trough forming right here. So I would personally shift this over further down, and I would say that we are somewhere within this vicinity here, and so we would have a lot more leg to go. But that would suggest that you know, the massive gains to be made in October and November, December would be just staggering. So I don't agree with this particular analysis here. Van de Pope referenced the widely known Wall Street chart to illustrate his point, a chart mapping the psychological stages investors experience through a full market cycle. Maybe Van de Pope lost a lot of money and that's why he thinks we are in a depression. We're not there. We're way past that, I would say. There's a lot of hope. There's a lot of hype. There's a bit of a retracement, but definitely not in this phase right here. And there isn't the sentiment. So Van de Pope says that people are right now feeling my retirement money is gone. How can I pay for this this stuff? I think this is a very self-centric view on his point, I think, because I think for the most part, yes, there are some people who have lost some money, but for the most part, I think there's a lot of hope and hype. So I would definitely say maybe not an optimism, but we're somewhere between hope and optimism. Not belief just yet, because we haven't seen with the most recent downtrend on Bitcoin and definitely on altcoins, we haven't really seen anything. But I mean, Bitcoin is sitting at the all-time high, for Pete's sake. How can we be in a depression? It's absolutely ridiculous. So no, disagree, moving on. Hope this was informative. If it wasn't, leave me a comment below the video. If there is something that you would like to see in these videos, then also leave a comment below the video. Smash the likes on this video, subscribe to the channel, pick up a Descent wallet. You're still getting a $30 discount on one. If you buy 2 of them, you get a $99 discount. So get those things right now. It's the best biometric crypto wallet, hardware wallet that you can save your crypto on. It's probably the only biometric wallet that you can save your crypto on, and you should. And they right now have promos. You can pick up some free crypto and free NFTs for the next, I don't know, like 12 weeks or no more than that. We've got 12 stages, so it's going to be, I think, 20 something weeks. Get it, smash the like, subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow on a Tuesday. Have a fantastic freaking Monday. Welcome to the next week. Peace.